Hello Likers, welcome back to our channel. It's me, your favorite one and only baby girl Malika. So today we are doing the critical review of Mr. Aloy's new series, Dangerous Signs That We Ignored. So episode 2, it starts with Angel, that her husband came from downstairs after speaking to her manager, telling her that I have sent that your stupid manager away. He's no longer going to be your manager because you quitting modeling. Angel is like, I'm not quitting modeling. You met me as a mother, you accepted me that way, so I'm staying. And it was like, who are you talking to? He smacked her so hard. Like, are you mad? Who told you to speak to me in that manner? Angel was like, you smacked me again. You just smacked me again. He said, yes, and I will hit you so hard so that you understand that this is what I want. She was like, I am not going to quit modeling. I am going to be a model no matter what you do. And he was like, who are you talking to? He grabbed her by the neck, squeeze it so hard. Like, when I'm talking, you keep quiet. I am your husband. I make the decisions. When I tell you you're quitting modeling, you are quitting modeling. She couldn't speak, like he was squeezing her neck so hard. Like, as these are the signs, like it becomes at this point already you have to make a decision, because this is what they call DV. I don't want to pronounce the word domestic something DV. So, like, honestly, nobody should go through this, because a lot of people are going through stuff like this. And this movies and this series is going to be an eye opener. So after that, this guy behaves like this kizito of a guy, behaves like a psycho. Honestly, he's a psychopath, or better still, a sociopath even. Because after he was like, okay, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry, don't make me hurt you, I'm sorry. Now it's more like it's Angel's fault that he's doing this to her, based on the fact that she doesn't want to listen to him. All right, please, like, honestly, come on. It's he has something is wrong upstairs. Something is wrong upstairs. So he's telling her, I am sorry, please, I am sorry, it is your fault, you're making me do this, I'm sorry, I love you so much, I love you so much, I can't bear to imagine somebody seeing your body, all in the name of taking pictures, all in the name that you are a celebrity. Please, I'm sorry. Like, you almost strangled her earlier. So the next scene shows Kizito and his friend in his office, like he's narrating what happened instead of telling him how his marriage. But it was like, can you imagine my wife want to continue being a model? My wife putting on bikinis, running runways on runways and all the rest. People will be there seeing her body and all. I can't even imagine it. Hi, God forbid. And since I'm talking, she's not listening. I gave her the beating of her life. Just imagine the thing you're telling your friend. And his friend quietly sat and was like, Kizito, you met this guy on a magazine, right? He said, yeah, yeah. You accompanied her to her shows, like you took her to shows severally. He said, yes. And you were okay with her doing this. So if you were not okay with her doing this, why didn't you tell her when you guys were dating that you don't want her to be a model? Why didn't you tell her? Why telling her now? Why stopping her? This is something that she's used to put food on her table, on her family's table. Kizito was like, what are you talking about? Are you on my side or are you against me? Wait, I don't understand. This is my wife you are talking about. That she'll be walking naked in front of people on the runway. It's more like Olo shows, like that's what they do. And you want my woman, my wife, to be doing that? It's not possible. The guy was like, this is a thing she's using to help her family, to support her mother, her parents, her siblings. And Kizito was like, and who said I'm not going to support her? Who said I'm not going to assist her? Like, there's a difference between assisting and taking responsibility. And that's what his friend said. He said those are two different things. Assisting and taking responsibility, those are two different things. You'll be assisting her, whereas her job makes it easy for her to help her family. His was like, so you mean my wife should be a model? But you met this girl as a model. As a model. And his friend is asking Kizito, what kind of human being are you? Are you okay? Kizito is like I I'll beat the living daylight out of her for her if I have to do that for her to stop. And his friend is not understanding, like, so you even touching your wife. His friend is asking, like, Omo, so you even laid your hands on her. He said yes, of course. His friend his friend couldn't believe this. He said that's his wife, he can do whatever he wants. His friend told him, please, you should never touch her again. It's like, he said, yes, I'm telling you, don't you ever do that again. And Kizo was like, what are you talking about? If I do that, what will happen? What would you do? And his friend told him, not on my watch. Don't make me see you do it. All right? I don't want to see you do that to your wife. Don't ever. So Kizito couldn't believe his eyes that his friend is challenging him on his property, because to him, like, I don't know what's wrong with him. He thinks that his wife is his property. So this guy is just trying to make him understand that you cannot like do this to your wife as if your wife is she's not your property, you know. Kizito is like, if I do, what would you do? He said, I've told you, don't make me stand in front of you. And he had to leave. While if he told that you're behaving like a child, you know, you're behaving like a child, you're very childish, grow up. Jesus was like, me behaving like a child. This me. He sat, was like, Angel. Like saying that this is your fault. This guy is talking to me like this. The next thing is Angel and her girlfriend. They were talking, and the girl was like, he did what? Angel was like, can you imagine that he laid hands on me? The girl was like, are you serious? What are you talking about? This guy laid hands on you. So Angel was like, yeah, to imagine that we dated for 6 months, I never saw any of these signs, you know. I never saw this coming. But I couldn't imagine that this guy would lay his hands on his filthy hands on me. You know, it's still a shock to me till this day. And her friend was like, you waited, thinking, hoping that you'll get married to a man that will make you happy, only for this to come. Like, what is happening? What is this? What is all? Angel was like, I don't know. So Angel asked her friend, like, am I doing anything wrong? You know, like, by being a mother. Her friend was like, no, 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 don't say that. You're not doing anything wrong. You are not. She said, because he want me to stop modeling. She was like, Angel, please, promise me you're not going to listen to him. Promise me you're not going to stop modeling. All right? Please make me that promise. Please. Angel was just looking at her friend like she was confused, and which is very understanding. Angel was like, her friend just told her, don't do this, okay? Don't stop your career for nothing. Angel was like, I don't even know what to do. If it's about me putting on skimpy things, yes, I could stop putting on skimpy things. I don't mind stop putting it, but not that I will not work. This is my brand. This is my life. And her friend was like, what is all of this? I can't believe that this is how marriage is going to be difficult. Of course, when you get married to a narcissist, that is how it is. That is how difficult it is. That guy is not only a narcissist, he's a psycho, he's a sociopath even. Because I can't believe that a man, look at how big he is, laying his hand on his wife, and she took her drink, or like, please, I can't drink this. Give me something strong. I need something really strong, you know, to help me, because my head is like, this thing is messing with my head. Angel told her, I'm not allowed to even go close to those drinks that you see over there. She was like, what? Angel was like, yeah, I am not allowed. She's like, this is crazy. I can't believe this. This is bullshit, you know. The next thing now is Kizito returning back from work with his friend. That's also Angel's friend. So Angel heard their voice. She was coming downstairs and she saw that it was the guy. So she was happy to see. The guy was like, oh, our wife. And they hugged, you know. Ha! God of Israel. It was as if they committed an abomination. Kizito came and separated them, like, pushed the guy aside. What are you doing? Hugging my wife in my presence, in my house? Are you okay? Like, why are you hugging him? And Angel was confused. She was like, but it's a hug. It's just a hug. And his friend was like, but we have been hugging. Like, we've always hugged your wife all night. And Kizito was like, that was when he was single. That was when she was single. Now she's a married woman. excuse me, she's married, no more hugs. You cannot hug her. This is my wife. You cannot hug her. And the guy was like, Kizito, I don't understand. What are you talking about? We didn't do anything wrong. We've always hugged and it was okay. He's like, now she's my wife. You guys can no longer hug. And his wife, like, Angel was confused. She was like, what is the meaning of this? What is wrong with you? What has come over you? Kizito was like, "Oh, you people want to be hugging. From hugging, it will be peck. From peck, it will be kiss. From kiss, you people will go upstairs." And Angel couldn't believe what Kizito was saying. And she was like, are you okay? Is something wrong with your head? What is your problem? So Kizito told him it cannot happen under my roof. And his friend was like, something is wrong with your head. It's obvious something is not right upstairs, because for you to think in that manner, it means you're sick. And like, it's sick. So Kizito was like, you are the one something is wrong with, to come into my house and hug my wife. Okay, hug my wife. And his friend was like, why are you, no, his wife was like, why are you sounding so possessive? Kizito was like, yes, I am possessive. She is my property. How can your wife be your property, for crying out loud? How is that possible that a human being will be your property? She's not your property. She's your wife. She's not a furniture. A furniture is your property. A house is your property. And Angel was like, Kizito, what is your problem? What is the problem? Are you on something or what? Are you sick? Are you okay upstairs? Because you must not be okay for you to think in that manner, that I could have something to do with your friend just because we are hugging, something that we've been doing ever since. Kisto was like, you are not allowed to hug any man who is not your husband. And the wife was like, it means you're sick. And the friend just stood there looking at them like, what is wrong with them? What is wrong with Kizito? Kizito was like, you called me sick. You said I am sick. And the smack that he gave her, like he gave her the smack of her life. So the friend came and pushed him over. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing? What do you think you're? And Kizito felt like a bag of cement. You cannot even stand a guy like yourself. That's why I always say people that beat on their wives are weak people, are weak men that cannot fight. They cannot fight. It was like, you're pushing me. You're pushing me in my house because of my wife. You're pushing me. You told like, are you okay? You want to fight me inside my house? And normally, no normal man in his right senses will let a man beat his woman in front of him. It does, like, honestly, no normal man in his right senses will let that happen. So it was like, you are not touching your wife in front of me. Kizito was like, what are you saying? You will see. His friend told him, I will not let you touch your wife in front of me because you must be sick upstairs to be laying your hands on her. Kizito was like, oh, really? So he wanted now to like fight with his friends, and his friend was like kept pushing him. And this is where you see that Kizito is just big for nothing. He's big for nothing. He's even bigger than his friend, but the way his friend pushed him and he felt over. And he told him, you should never lay your hands on your wife ever again. Never. Kizito felt like a child on the ground. Like, to see that you cannot even stand another guy like yourself, but you pick on a weaker vessel, which is a woman. Women, we are strong mentally, but physically we are not. We are very strong mentally. We have a mental capacity but physically, men are stronger than us. But for you, a man, to lay your hands on a woman, you must be sick. Because like this story touches me, because this is a life of a lot of people. This is what people go through. A lot of women, even some men, go through DV as well. Some men go through DV, okay? But majority of women, a lot of women go through more than men. That you see, look at like our late Mama Osinachi. What happened? It was DV. I felt sick in the stomach. So when I see stuff like this, This is the life of a lot of people. And Mr. Aloy said it, that this is a true life story. So please, anyone going through such should know that they're worth more than this. Their life is more valued than a marriage. You cannot buy in a marriage just because you want to be married. Anyone going through DV out there, please know that people love you. And you living that marriage doesn't make you less of a person, and it doesn't make you a bad person. All right? Your life is worth more than that marriage. Nothing in this world is worth more than our lives. That is why there's something I always say to myself, Malika, no matter what, don't buy. No matter what, be careful. Don't let yourself, don't buy, don't lose guard so that you could buy. Because nothing, no amount of money can buy your life. No, your life, no marriage is worth you losing your life. Honestly, this series is for people going through this out there. We should be very careful. We should be very careful and not let ourselves sink because we are scared of what will people say. When you buy, people will just cry and mourn and forget about you. So like us, we are going to end this series. Please tell me what you all think about it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that I'll be the first to be notified whenever I post any new video. And for those of you, my returning subscribers, my likers, my lovers, I love you guys so super much. All right. Please, guys, choose you over anything else in this life.